Hello you guys, my name is Leah. Welcome back to my channel. This channel is all about providing you with an inside scoop of what it's like to be a med-surg nurse. So if you're in nursing or aspiring to be a nurse, this channel is for you, so hit the subscribe button and let's get into today's video. So I am a PRN med-surg nurse, so I actually picked up this shift and I'm working a full 12-hour shift from 7 p to 7 a, and y'all, I'm ready to work. But I want to let you guys know that even though my mentality is that I'm ready to work, this was a pretty difficult shift. I got in and normally I have a routine of how things were going to go, but with working in an acute care setting, you know, things are going to happen. And I think on this day I had low blood pressure or low blood sugar, and so that put me behind in passing my meds, but it's okay. So one hack that I like to use is actually setting alarms on my watch to help me remember important times, specifically when we are rotating sitters, when I have to assess pain after an hour of giving like a narcotic. So use your watch. It will help you stay on top of all the things you have to do during your shift. So I have put out all the fires. Now it is time to pass my nighttime meds. And you guys, when you have nights like this, it is important to check in with your patients once you get to a point that you can and let them know that you have not forgotten about them, to see what they need and come to them as soon as you can. You don't want your patients to feel like you forgot about them. On this particular night, I had a patient who not only had a rectal tube, but also had a feeding tube, and the smells were just not conducive to how I wanted to work. And so when that happens, I not only like to clean the room, but to also make sure it smells good and we can't use anything with a scent. So putting coffee grounds out of the bed actually helps to mask the smell. So it is Monday, 5/16, and the countdown begins for another work week. You guys, I was supposed to go to work last night, and my bronchitis and asthma said, no, you're not. You need to rest. And I felt really bad about it because I probably has some consequences as far as money-wise. But when your body tells you that you need to rest, you need to rest. And so that's what I did. And so I have to work 2 nights in a row, so Monday night and Tuesday night, and then I'm going to be probably off for the rest of the week, and probably won't be back until another 2 weeks after this or so, because of the holidays. But yeah, so I'm going to hopefully have some footage to show you guys of some nursing things and what I have to encounter. But yeah, if I don't, it's because I'm resting, and I'll share a little of that and what are the benefits of self-care and resting so that you can be a better nurse. I'm learning that a lot of times, we are in a hustle bustle trying to get the dollar, but the dollar's going to always be there. They're going to always need nurses. People are always going to be sick, unfortunately, which I don't want them to be, but it is the case. And so yeah, here we go. So I did have to go to work tonight. I thought they would call me off, but they needed me, and I'm glad they did because I wanted my money. But I want to show you guys, how do you feel when you go into the Pyxis and there's like 3 or 4 nurses ahead of you and there's only one Pyxis on the floor and your patient is screaming for payment? So this is kind of what happened. I had 2 patients as charge, and the nurses were needy, the patients were needy, the supervisor was needy, everybody was needy. But you know what? I made it through the night, and I'm thankful that I'm a nurse. I have to keep telling myself I'm thankful that I am a nurse and I have a job and I have a career. I'm gainfully employed. Look, so you hear these positive affirmations. If I could give you any advice on how to actually have a successful shift as a charge nurse, I would say to be empathetic, to always, think the best in people, but to also be wise and to understand that you are a leader on the floor. So sometimes you have to make hard decisions, and sometimes people will talk about you, but you have to make decisions in regards to what's best for the unit. Okay, so it is a complete next day, but I did not vent to you all and tell y'all about my day yesterday. Being charged, I was so utterly surprised. I was 2 minutes late, so I missed huddle. I did not know I would be charged. I haven't been charged in a long time. And I just forget how annoyed I get being charge nurse because I have to think for a lot of people. And I think a lot of people were always asking me like, why, sometimes you want to be a CNA, and I'm actually going to link the video of my CNA video so y'all can watch that and get into the headspace of how I feel. I feel like I have to troubleshoot and think for a lot of people when I am charged, and I don't want to do that. And I don't want to think for your patient, for the floor, for everyone. I'm thinking for everybody. And it becomes draining. Some of the comments and questions that I get, I'm thinking like, did you even think how you could figure that out yourself? Sometimes nurses are sitting there, CNAs, to help me troubleshoot. They don't even try to troubleshoot. They just send their troubles to me to navigate. And I think for me, that annoys because I don't do that for the charge nurse. When I am a charge nurse, I'm in the bathroom. My daughter's taking a bath. And so I want to vent. And so that's kind of the headspace that I was in yesterday. I was just really, really annoyed because for so long I've been just dealing with my own issues. And I think I know now why some people don't want to be managers of nursing units, because you have to think for people. And it becomes so tiring to think for other people. I had a nurse.
I'm making a pancake.
Oh, tell me when you're done, okay? I had a nurse who had the nerve to comment because I had made a final decision to allow something to happen with the PCA for her to do a certain duty in a certain way. And this nurse had an issue with my decision. And how I think of it is, thank you for your comment, but you didn't offer to be charge nurse, and you're not going to offer to be charge nurse. You're going to sit in a corner and probably go to sleep, because yes, that happens sometimes. And so I said to her, and I probably shouldn't have, but I said, do you want to be charged? And of course, she shut up after that. But I'm thinking, don't critique my decision when you, as an experienced nurse who probably has 10 more years of experience, you didn't offer or even think to ask to be charged. You gave it to me. And y'all, I have on the acne patches, if you're wondering. And so I think like that. And then you have some nurses who their tone is that as charge nurse, you are just their little assistant and their little slave, or they say, I need you, or they go take a break after being at work for only 2 hours and say, can you give a pain med to me, when you know your person who actually is your patient hasn't had pain meds since 1 o'clock and it's now 9 o'clock. So when you went in there to assess them, you didn't ask them about their pain. You didn't think to ask to give them the pain medication. So you waited until your break to go and have me to do it for you. And so this is what I deal with, because I don't do that as a nurse. And so so, you know, these are the things that you have to deal with as a charge nurse. It is not as simple as just giving assignment, and not even about the assignment. Sometimes you're dealing with supervisors who are managing other floors and giving assignments to other floors, and they come and they round and they tell you this is the nurse that's going to be here. And then when people come, you make out your schedule and people show up and say, well, I had another nurse for you. No, you didn't. You didn't tell me that. And so it's just like, what? I mean, I remember the day I used to pray and ask God, Lord, please make me charge nurse, because I wanted to feel like I was a good nurse. I'm a good nurse, but I don't want to be charged. And so, speaking of present day right now, it is Tuesday night, and this is one of my scheduled nights, which means I don't get bonus pay, which means I get the lowest amount of money. And I was scheduled to be charged tonight, and they canceled me for 4 hours. And you know, quite frankly, I just don't care. And I'm praying that they don't call me back in at 11. I am just... I'm tired, y'all. And I know why at the end of the year people do not go to work. And so I may not be back until the 1st, which is the only day that I'm on the schedule. I'm not picking up anymore. And I just need a mental break from people. And that's where I am right now. Yeah. And so I'll you know, let you guys see if they call me in. But so I am so glad that they called me off, and the next day I decided to make it a self-care day, and I took myself to my favorite coffee shop here in Columbus, Ohio. I got my favorite latte with my favorite egg sandwich. Sometimes I just like to come in here and just look at all these baked goods because I really can't eat them right now. But y'all, coming to this coffee shop, which is a great way to end the year. I will not be going back to work. These are the many benefits of being PRN, probably into the new year. So and then the very next day, I took my sweet baby girl out for just a day date, and we found this great indoor play yard at one of our local ice cream parlors. And so here we are playing. So we decided to spend the holiday with my husband's family, and so we're traveling to Charleston, and we'll be with them for about a week. And you guys, as a PRN nurse, I did not have to schedule time off. I did not have to ask for a vacation. I just simply did not schedule myself to work. And so I hope you guys had a good holiday, and I'll see you in the next vlog.